You may have been scrolling through your favorite social media app and come across a video of a news reporter being blown away by gale force winds. This image is archetypal to our view of hurricanes, but it may make you wonder, where do hurricanes originate and how do people prepare for them? Hurricanes belong to a larger class of storms known as tropical cyclones. The distinction between hurricanes, cyclones, and typhoons comes from where they form. Typhoons come from the Pacific Ocean, hurricanes form over the Atlantic Ocean, and cyclones originate in the Indian Ocean.
Before becoming a hurricane, tropical cyclones start as tropical disturbances. These are jumbled collections of storms over warm water. As the tropical cyclone begins to rotate, it becomes a tropical depression, and it can have winds of up to 39 miles per hour. The tropical depression will continue to increase in strength as long as there is warm water, becoming a tropical storm, and it isn't until the winds are greater than 75 miles per hour that the tropical storm becomes a hurricane. The hurricane's category value is then determined by the wind speeds and theoretical damage that will be caused.
The agencies who monitor and track hurricanes include the National Hurricane Center and the National Weather Service. Any major forecasts created by these organizations are shared with weather stations for interpretation and public distribution, but the NHC also posts up-to-date radar maps on their site showing the probability for tropical weather to develop into a hurricane. While Earth's climate changes, patterns in hurricane formation, frequency, and intensity are expected to change as well. In 2012, scientists published an article in Nature magazine stating that the frequency of hurricanes might decrease, but that stronger, more destructive hurricanes are expected to occur more frequently as a result of rising sea levels and warmer water temperatures. With rising seas, coastal ecosystems capable of absorbing the effects of hurricanes will be deteriorated by the ocean. These ecological issues are exacerbated by increased coastal development over crucial ecosystems. Hurricane damages are expected to become increasingly expensive as well as we move through the 21st century. In fact, the National Center for Environmental Information stated that the North Atlantic has experienced 6 major hurricanes since 2011. And 8 of the 10 costliest hurricanes in recorded meteorological history since 2004.
The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, is responsible for preparing and assisting communities in the event of a disaster. To do this successfully, FEMA developed a procedure called the Strategic Plan, based on feedback from their employees and disaster responders. The 2018 to 2022 Strategic Plan is outlined in detail on FEMA's website and broadly covers 3 main points: better preparation of all communities for natural disasters, strengthening FEMA connections with the government, and formulating an improved structure for their organization. To prepare for a hurricane, FEMA suggests that supplies be packed in a waterproof box. Suggested items include water, canned and non-perishable food, a flashlight and batteries, first aid, blankets, a waterproof radio, candles, and a cellular device with a portable charger. A full list of supplies can be found on their How to Prepare for a Hurricane page. FEMA also suggests boarding all windows and doors to minimize property damage and waiting for instruction from disaster responders before going outside. After a disaster, organizations often need aid from non-affected areas to help hurricane victims while their homes and cities are rebuilt. You could start a supply drive at your school or church to collect items, donate blood, offer housing to victims, or take on aiding people as a first responder if that's your thing. As the very nature of hurricanes changes, a greater understanding of the impact of disasters on ecological and social areas is also needed. So, as you move on into secondary education and the workforce, consider the impact you can make when disaster strikes.